This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, a wind farm proposal fails to gain the support of the City Council. We take a closer look at the decision. Local researchers test their quantum physics theories using a mini version of the Large Hadron Collider. And we'll find out why some of the university's staff and students have taken up photography. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. An application to build a wind farm at Waitati has been declined by the Dunedin City Council. The Blueskin Resilience Communities Trust had proposed building 3 wind turbines at a cost of around $5 million on Porteous Hill. But Hearing Commissioner Colin Wetherell says there were simply too many issues with the plan that couldn't be mitigated.
More than 7 years of planning could be for nothing, with the Dunedin City Council's Hearings Committee turning down the Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust's wind farm application. Committee Chair Colin Wetherell says after months of deliberation, in the end, the decision was clear.
It's a weighing of the evidence, and the RMA is very clear about the effects matters. And in my view, the effects on the immediate and the neighbours in Pride Road are significant and dominant to towers, particularly one. And I've indicated that the dominance is greater than I believe is fair and reasonable. And in that regard, there were no offers of mitigation. There's really no way that you mitigate a 90-metre tower at about 400 odd metres in your view. So in my view, it's declined.
The Trust's application to build a wind farm on Porteous Hill near Warrington received more than 150 submissions. Wetherell, who is the Independent Hearings Commissioner, says he didn't make the decision lightly after spending many hours deliberating.
We started in May, and I've done a certain number of hours on the way through, heard 60, 70 submitters, read over 1,000 pages of evidence, and finally released a decision today.
Within minutes of the decision becoming public, the Green Party, whose co-leader Materia Ture lives in Waitati, issued a statement. Greens energy spokesman Gareth Hughes says it's ridiculous that in 2016 the RMA won't allow climate change impacts to be considered when a community wants to create their own clean local power. The Blueskin Resilient Communities Trust has 15 working days to appeal the decision, and Trust member Jacinta Ruru says the Trust will see what the community wants before making the decision on whether to appeal. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Southern District Health Board Chief Executive Carol Heatley has announced her resignation after just over 4 years in the role. In a written statement, Heatley outlined she was leaving due to personal and family reasons which would impact her ability to lead the proposed rebuild of Dunedin Hospital. She says the organisation is in a period of development that requires continuity of leadership over several years, a time frame she isn't willing to commit to. Commissioner Cathy Grant acknowledged Heatley's decision as well as her indication that she'll assist in a successful transition for her successor. Heatley will finish up on August the 31st. Researchers at the University of Otago are deliberately smashing ultra-cold atoms into each other to prove a common principle of quantum physics. The team has just published the results of their latest experiment in a prestigious science journal, and those involved say they're proud to be in a team that is producing groundbreaking work.
Experimenting with lasers. A team of people within this humble physics lab at the University of Otago are punching well above their weight internationally. Recently, PhD student Ryan Thomas ran an experiment to prove or disprove the Pauli exclusion principle. The principle states that if you cool lasers down to an extremely low temperature, you can trap particles and then smash them into each other.
And so what we do is basically we trap the laser beams in a horizontal, we call it a waveguide, basically a horizontal laser beam that's oriented horizontally, so the atoms can't move up or sideways.
He says from there it's all about controlling the matter.
And then we also further trap it using two beams that come up vertically. So now that they're basically trapped in 3 dimensions, and by steering the vertical beams, we can move them around in this waveguide. And then what we do is we take a single cloud and we split it apart, and then we accelerate them together and let go and watch what happens.
Associate Professor Niels Kiergaard says while the experiments are tightly controlled and follow the Pauli principle, he admits there are random elements at play.
We do actually, for some conditions, see some violation. And this is not because this Pauli principle breaks down, but because we get some higher order processes. So because we have this rather pristine system and we see deviations from this no sidestepping rule, where you get this dark band and you get some population into this dark band, we can use this as a very sensitive measure of tracking these higher order processes.
Thomas says it is not like creating nuclear energy, and there are no more hazards than in any other laboratories using lasers and electricity. Kiergaard is pleased his group and their Little Hadron Collider are among the top academics studying ultra-cold physics anywhere in the world. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we preview an upcoming military exercise and this year's International Film Festival.
Hi kids, if you'd like to enter a competition and win a trip for you and 2 friends from home to school in a fire truck, see the competition details below.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
Come one, come all to the Lana Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear and witness the address of the haggis. Friday 22nd of July, get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.lanarkcastle.co.nz. Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to pearsatago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Welcome back. Fewer New Zealanders are staying in motels and hotels compared to the same time last year. But while domestic guest nights are down 6.4%, international guest nights are up 9.7%. North Island stays are down 1.2% and the South Island saw a slight gain, up 1%. Despite the drops, the trend for national guest nights is continuing to rise after fluctuating in May and April. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 17 points. It's now at 7,079. The Nikkei is up 452 points. To the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is down against the Australian, but we are up against the other currencies we follow. New Zealand Defence Force personnel are gearing up for a gruelling military endurance race this weekend. The Twin Peaks Battle Tab event requires entrants to carry small arms and enough equipment to survive for 24 hours in battle conditions. And competitor Captain Kieran Robertson joins us now to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's this event all about?
The Twin Peaks Battle Tab is a military endurance event. It runs over undulating, quite steep and at times difficult terrain. It's 26 kilometres and it's been running since 2002. It requires the competitors in both teams and individuals to carry military and survival equipment as well as an unloaded rifle. Last year we had 230 competitors and around about 100 support personnel, and each year it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. This year's no exception to that.
What is the average weight of all the gear that you've got to carry?
10 kgs of equipment and a 3.5 kg rifle.
Goodness. Have you taken part before?
No, this is my first time.
Where does the course run? Where does it go?
It goes up Flagstaff and then along Swampy Summit, down to the Leith Valley, and then they take you back up Swampy Summit and then back down Flagstaff.
Nice, and I think there's a bit of rain forecast this weekend, so it'll be nice and muddy.
It will be, it'll be slippery.
Who's eligible to take part?
Any serving New Zealand Defence Force personnel, so both regular force and reserve. And this year we have a good number of teams from the Navy, Air Force and Army taking place.
Do you get a lot of people come to Dunedin to take part?
From all over the country.
Wow. Are participants aiming to win, or is it just about being involved?
Like any event, it's a mixture of motivating factors. We do have some very serious competitive personnel who have put in a lot of effort to training in order to win this. But then there's people a bit more like myself that just do it to push their personal boundaries, both physical and mental. And there's a bit of the camaraderie with the teams as well, and just the personal challenge.
How long is it expected to take to complete the course?
The fastest competitors around 3 hours, with the slowest I think has been about 7.
How much more of a challenge is it running with all that gear?
It does slow you down. Well, yeah, you're looking around 14 kgs of extra gear. You're running in boots and pants. And me personally, over various terrain, 20 to 30 seconds a kilometre, so that adds up over the 26.
What are you most looking forward to, perhaps apart from finishing?
In the hot shower. Just the personal challenge. I like pushing myself through that pain barrier, and you hit that wall, and just knowing you can dig a little deeper and see that finish line at the end and hold your head up proud at the end and say you did it.
Well, good luck with that. Captain Kieran Robertson, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, the ladies will be dominating screens in this year's International Film Festival, and we'll check out weather for Wednesday.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Hi kids, if you'd like to enter a competition and win a trip for you and 2 friends from home to school in a fire truck, see the competition details below.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Come one, come all to the Lana Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear and witness the address of the haggis. Friday 22nd of July, get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.lanarkcastle.co.nz. Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Staff and students at the University of Otago are stepping out of their academic world and into a more artistic one. They're putting their photography skills to the test as part of an annual science-themed photo exhibition, and some are finding that they have a real knack for it.
Entering a space where science and art collide. A range of photos taken by staff and students of Otago School of Medical Science are now on show at the Dunedin Railway Station Art Society rooms. The annual competition helps the public see the world through the eyes of a scientist.
A lot of scientists spend their time in a laboratory and we don't really understand what they do at all, and I think this is a really good way to just give a visual picture of some of the science that goes on.
There are over 80 photographic entries with many of a high calibre, as well as several interesting methods used to take some of the shots.
A wide range of pictures, a lot of sciencey pictures taken with microscopes or in people's labs, but also pictures taken on holidays and weekends around town or in people's homes, so it's a really good range.
The exhibition also has a competition element with a winner already selected. The top prize has been given to Steve Kerr for his photo of a marine flatworm. He isn't the only winner though, with De Rijk also taking home a prize for a photo of her son.
Who was eating lemons for the first time. I thought it went well with theme of the New Zealand International Science Festival, which is Be Curious, because he's giving it a go, seeing what it tastes like.
Some of the lucky photographers will also see their work made into a calendar that gets given to local schools. Organisers say the exhibition is a great chance for people to learn a little bit more about science through art. Henry McMullen, 39, Dunedin News.
The Otago Volts have completed their roster for the upcoming domestic season, adding 2 more players. Having last month announced the bulk of their first round contract offers, all of which were accepted, Otago now has added Sean Ethorn and Michael Ray. The Stage 2 process is designed to generate increased competition for the final contract offers, helping to ensure the best players are contracted. New Zealand's 5 other major associations have also completed the domestic contract process, and match schedules for the summer are expected to be announced by the end of August. The New Zealand International Film Festival is back in Dunedin for another year, featuring a number of award-winning titles. The 17-day program covers a broad range of topics that organisers believe will entice locals to the cinema. And this year they say it's female leads that are dominating the silver screen.
The result of a year's work. New Zealand International Film Festival director Bill Gosden is looking over this year's Dunedin program ahead of its start in a few weeks' time. While the final weeks of putting it all together are very busy, he says that's a process that stretches far beyond that.
It's a year-round project. There's 5 of us full-time working on the film festival for the whole country, and then it all comes as we get closer and closer to the festival dates. We just would spend, I guess, 3 weeks concentrating on bringing this Dunedin program together from a year's worth of gathering films from all over the world.
Gosden travels to festivals around the world hunting for the best films for New Zealand audiences. He says certain themes tend to emerge within films regardless of country of origin, and this year is no different.
What's really strong is the number of strong female characters dominating films. That's been, I mean, it's even clear in Hollywood movies at the moment with, you know, Ghostbusters is now a female franchise. But it's absolutely clear in international cinema, and it really came to a head at Cannes this year.
Getting films direct from Cannes is a challenge, with a tight turnaround required to have them confirmed before the Auckland program is finalised. This year's Palme d'Or winner, Daniel Blake, is one of those straight from the French Film Festival, and one Gosden expects will get audiences riled up. He says it's great to see the New Zealand Festival be able to secure such work, illustrating its popularity, reach and size.
The festival is now, you know, successfully running in, I think it's 13 New Zealand centres. When I started off, I just started off working for the film festival in Wellington, so it definitely has grown a great deal in that time. And last year we had our best ever attendance across the country.
Outside of a film festival setting, Gosden says a lot of these types of films can be hard to find on a big screen. He says that's what makes the festival special, with the screenings becoming a social occasion in a beautiful venue. Local audiences will get their chance to sit down and enjoy some flicks come August. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. A hard-fought battle to establish a wind farm north of the city has come to a head as the Dunedin City Council declines the application. A group of physicists are testing quantum physics theories at the University of Otago using their own mini version of the Hadron Collider. And dozens of academics have been trying their hand at photography for an annual science-based exhibition at the Dunedin Art Society. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be in Wednesday's Otago Daily Times, and Phil Somerville joins us. Good evening.
Yes, hi Rebecca. Tomorrow 3 fresh pages, lots of different recipes, and I picked a couple out because they appealed to me. Winter Warmers, Chef's Garden at Bevan Smith, has a moist ginger and chocolate torte. You know what a torte? I sort of had to look it up. Basically it means a cake. It's hard to tell the difference. And Alison Lambert, another well-known chef, has a warm pear and chocolate pudding.
That does sound good.
Does sound great. And of course there's the wine column and other bits and pieces there. Carol Heatley's resignation, lots of coverage on that. Our very skilled and knowledgeable health reporter Eileen Goodwin is writing an opinion piece on that, plus all the news and what's happening there. And lots of details too about the wind farm decision. Where do they go from here? It's an interesting question. The moment on page 1, things can change, so better not guarantee it, but the moment on page 1 there's a lovely picture of one of the Highlanders with his little daughter. They got back from Argentina today after travelling around the world, and their match, the weekend against the Chiefs, is almost sold out, so people can't muck around to get those last few tickets.
Nice one. Those details all in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. Thanks, Phil. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is today's city view. It's taken of the War Memorial Monument in Arthur Street. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 9 degrees for the central city, 10 for the gardens and 13 out on the Taieri. To the situation, and an active trough and a cold front is due tomorrow. A colder west to southwest air stream will follow that, with further cold fronts washing over the country on Friday and through the weekend. Somebody must have told Mother Nature it was the school holidays. To the forecast for the main towns in the lower south for tomorrow. Rain with nor'west gales for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. Strong nor'westers in Alexandra with rain and a high of 12. And rain with strong nor'westers for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs of around 11 or 12 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, more rain with an overnight low of 8. Tomorrow, sunny periods developing for a time, but another period of rain is due in the evening. Strong to near gale force nor'westers and a high of 12. And on Thursday, showers and westerlies with a high of 10. And finally to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 5 to 11. Low tide follows at 25 past 5. And fishing conditions are a write-off as expected with terrible weather. Don't do it. And that is local news for Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.